I'm about to build this trailer from scratch and I have no idea what I'm doing. Flip the trailer upside down. Listen, cutting through galvanized steel is a pain if you don't have the right tools. And let's talk about how to get this homemade trailer legal. So they're not checking for your welds, they're not checking for any of that stuff. What they're checking for is that you have the light, that you have the safety chains, and that your trailer is not parts of a stolen trailer put together. It seems like the boat is perfectly balanced. Once you know the steps like this, it's easy. What's up, guys? I'm about to build this trailer from scratch and I have no idea what I'm doing. But this guy does. This is Eddie from Unlimited Trailer. Eddie has a really cool company. When your trailer gets stuck on the side of the road, this is the guy that you want to call to help you fix it. He works with trailers, he knows everything about them, he knows how to build them, he knows how to fix them, and I'm going to do everything that he has told me and how to set this trailer up piece by piece, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the best I can. If you're new to the channel, you might not have seen that I lost the axle to this trailer while driving on the highway. I decided to rebuild this trailer from scratch. I have all the parts and we're going to talk about all that now. The prices of things have gone up. Trailers are significantly more expensive. So I'm going to tell you how much more or less this thing cost me. I got a lot of the things that you're seeing here for free. But for right now, this is what we have. Let's just start up here at the front of the trailer, where the bow of the boat would go. So I actually have a brand new coupler and a brand new tongue right here. That was supposed to be for my Grady White that you see back there. These I-beams that you see here are from my original trailer for my zebra skiff. This winch that you see here was from Alfred Montanair's old trailer from his boat. He actually gave me that for free because they were going to toss the trailer. That's actually a very good part. It's in great shape. The bunks were off that boat as well, Alfred Montanair's boat. He gave me all the hardware and everything. That was all aluminum and it's brand new in great condition. So I got those. Very lucky for those. That trailer also came with these two cross members. Brand new. So that's amazing. The trailer also came with two brand new tires with no miles on them. And then I had to purchase this axle over here. And I got this axle at All Marine Trailer. They were really great in helping me out with the right axle. They were very patient with me and I highly recommend them for all your trailer needs. If you need a new trailer or if you need parts for your trailer, you want to give them a call or give Eddie from Unlimited a call. He'll go to your house and he'll set it up for you, or you can call these guys and you can pick it up over there as well. So that's what we got. Got the bunks and everything. So the first thing that Eddie told me to do is to flip the trailer upside down and put that axle on and bolt it on. I got my bolts over there ready to go. So that's going to be the first step. Let's get started. Good. We got these guys in there. Now we're gonna torque them down and we're gonna flip this thing back over once we get the tires on here. Huh? We got the axle on, got the tires on. I gotta get some more lug nuts. And now we're gonna flip this over so we can start putting the rear cross members on. So all right, that's tied down. Now we're gonna do last. So when you do the cross member in the back, Eddie was telling me you got to do 5 inches from the back. So there's already holes for that, which are these guys over here. So 5 inches or so from the back, not directly in the back. So let's put that first one on.
All the way in. Oh. I'm gonna tighten that down. Yeah. This one's done. We're gonna put another one right here, right before the bend. So there'll be 3 of them. There'll be 2. This one, the axle, and then the back rear cross member. And then I have a couple other ones that we're gonna put up here for more strength. And then another one that's gonna go up here to hold in the galvanized pipe for the tongue. And this is coming along, man. Got that other cross member set up. Once those 2 are up, we're gonna start putting up the bunks up here. And we're gonna have to cut and measure and all that. So far looking good. Alright, I have both bunks here, and we're gonna cut them to size. They're not in the best shape, but they're also not too bad. These are actually not too bad. They're a little bit long. We're gonna leave them at 77 inches, which is what the original trailer was. So I'm just gonna come out, take all the carpet out, take out some of these nails and stuff that are in here, cut them to size, and then we're gonna cut that angle on this with the table saw. So let's go ahead and do that. I got a piece of cardboard, put it up against there, and then traced the angle because we don't have an angle finder. So he's using a square and getting the angle for it. Perfect, no? Mm-hmm. We're trying to figure out how wide to make the bunks, and the way that I measured it was the chines on the boat. I want it to fall in between the second chine, and that's about 44 inches. So I need 44 inches from the outside of this wood bunk to the outside of that wood bunk. All right, so I found my angle right here. It's a little hard to see. And then I just marked on the wood all the way down, and I got my handsaw. Okay, if I can get that on there so you can see. Got it right where it's supposed to be, and I'm just gonna run it all the way down. So my blade's not long enough, I have to flip it around and then get the angle from this side. And there we go. Got our angle. We're good to go. I gotta do the other bunk. Got the 2 pieces there, ready to go. Put this up on the, put them on the bunks. All right, so that's the idea. Maybe I move this back just a little bit. Now I still have space there where the boat can clear the tire and stuff. So I gotta put some carpet on here, and we should be good. Now I need 4 more brackets of these guys. I picked some up today. Eddie from Unlimited hooked me up with some of these. It's about 15 feet. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this, and we're gonna staple this or nail it to the wood, little bit bugs. So let's get to it. I got my 2 pieces done. A little dirty. I'll wipe them down now. Now I'm going to install the brackets. I realized that I needed the 10-inch brackets for this job, and I already had 4, these smaller ones. These smaller ones are not going to cut it because they're not going to allow the bunks to clear the wheel well. So I got 4 more, so that's a little bit more of a cost to this project, but that's all right. Again, I'm going to share all that at the end with you guys. So I'm going to move a couple of these brackets around, and let's get to it. Got this side on. We got to finish off with this side. That's done. There we go. Bunks are on. The angle.
All right, we cut this piece, which is going to go underneath. This cross member. I'm going to put bolts in now. Let's hold that up. Just about done. We got this in, that cross member. Eventually I'll put some type of roller or something to hold up the bow of the boat, some type of maybe a Y guide or something like that here. So that part is done. I'm trying to set up the tongue. I gotta get this part on there, and then this C channel here is gonna hold that up there, inside there. So it's gonna slip in here, put U-bolts so it'll hold this up, and we'll drill the holes up here for it through that galvanized tongue. So basically this needs to sit on this, and then this C-clamp is going to go underneath the channels. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the tongue in place first, but I got to drill down here, and drill through that galvanized steel is going to be almost impossible. So let me evaluate and see what I'm going to do next. So I've lined this up exactly where I want it. I'm going to hold that in place there. I'm going to come down here and start drilling my holes. This is galvanized steel, so I'm going to be here for a long time. So I got one more hole I'm trying to drill through. I'm locked in. Everything here is done. Got my chains in. Got these two bolts in. I got these bolts going through here, holding up this. Now, listen, cutting through galvanized steel is a pain if you don't have the right tools. My dad was about 15 minutes too late, but he came through with this cobalt drill bit. This is for hard metal. You want something like this, man. This is what you're gonna want to be able to cut through that steel. But I don't think we need it anymore. We'll see. But this is the guy you want. It's like 30 bucks. Cut out this piece of aluminum. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill a hole here, drill another hole here, or two. I think I'm just gonna stick with one, and then right in the center a bolt that goes right through, all the way through, and holds this up. So I got this connected onto the beams. Now I gotta drill a hole through the galvanized pipe and through the top and to the bottom, so I can put a bolt through. And I'm just checking here to make sure that this fits, and it fits exactly perfect. So, and I measured from here to the back of the bunks, and I have plenty of space for the boat. And the boat is 16 feet and like 1 inch or something. I'm gonna let my my drills charge. I'm gonna try to put this in now. All right, I got this set up. Now I gotta put the wheel on there.
Okay, bien.
Trailer's sitting pretty nice. Might have to get a receiver that's 2 inches higher, but it looks pretty level from there. I'm gonna measure and see how the boat sits. Well, it looks good. All right, let's get the boat on there. We got the boat centered on the trailer there. We still got to push it forward. We're gonna winch it up. This boat is light. Let's move that up just a little more. All right, it's the next day. The trailer is sitting good. I noticed late last night that the winch here is messed up. If you don't know if you could see that there, but the teeth are kind of like they're broken. So since the teeth are broken, it does this. So I got a new winch right here. It's an 1,800 pound winch. I'm going to install that. I'll be able to scoot the boat up on the trailer a little more. All right, there's a new handle in, the new winch. I'm going to winch that forward. go. Oh, nice. I think maybe a nice safety chain would be nice here too. I'll figure that out eventually. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is I gotta build a support down here, but that's next. But it's not bouncing anywhere. It's not going up and down. It's not hitting the cross member, and it's sitting nice on the back over there. All right, we just put in brand new trailer lights. I figured I'd just get new ones. The other ones were kind of messed up, and we got them hooked up. They're working great. You guys can see there. Let's go take this on the drive. Let's see how it tows. I most definitely am going to need to raise the coupler here at least 4 inches because the boat is still sitting slightly slanted. So I am going to have to adjust that coupler. The lights are working perfectly fine. And let's talk about how to get this homemade trailer legal. So you may be wondering how to legalize your homemade trailer. The details are kind of different from state to state, so you're gonna have to check your state. I'm gonna show you all the steps that are required, and I'm gonna use just Florida as an example because that's where I'm located. Most people get stuck because homemade trailers don't have a VIN number and don't come from a manufacturer. But the truth is that DMVs deal with this all the time. This is normal, especially with like boat trailers and utility trailers and things like that. It's pretty normal. They see this stuff all the time. The first thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get the weight of your trailer. So you're gonna have to go to some type of weigh station and get a slip, a certificate of how much the actual trailer weighs by itself. This trailer weighed about 550 pounds. So you're gonna have to get that slip from the weigh station. Yeah, when you take your trailer, you're gonna have to take it empty, so nothing on it, no boat, no nothing on there. That slip is gonna determine the registration fee. It's gonna determine whether the trailer needs brakes or not, and whether the trailer needs a title or not. Again, this is gonna vary from state to state. In my case, this small trailer doesn't weigh much, so it keeps it super simple. So step number 2 is gonna be the paperwork. Every state basically has some type of paperwork that says, I built this trailer myself. It might be called homemade trailer affidavit, statement of construction, assembled vehicle form. They have different names. You'll list that it's homemade, what it cost, what the materials cost, the axle count, the trailer type. In this case, it's a boat trailer. In Florida, that's form 84490, in case you're wondering. But the name changes by state. So step 3 is the VIN assignment. Since homemade trailers don't have VIN numbers, the state has to assign you one. This usually happens either through your tax collector, highway patrol, or your local law enforcement. The FWC down here used to do it. I don't think they do it anymore. So they're not checking for your welds. They're not checking for any of that stuff. What they're checking for is that you have the lights, that you have the safety chains, and that your trailer is not, parts of a stolen trailer put together. Once you get approved, they're gonna give you a VIN number and they're gonna tell you where to mount it. Most states require the trailer lights. Make sure that they blink left and right. Safety chains, the proper coupler. They're gonna require all of those things. Trailer brakes usually kick in around 3,000 pounds, 2,500 to 3,000 pounds, depending from state to state. This is a small trailer, so I don't have to worry about that. And also, some cities require brakes regardless of the size of the boat. I think Monroe County is one of those counties that if you're going through there, you need brakes on any type of trailer. So after you get your inspection, you have to register your trailer. You do this at the DMV or a tag agency once you have your VIN number. So a lot of states like Florida, trailers that are under 2,000 pounds don't need a title. All you need to do is register it and have a plate. That's it. And the total cost for that is about 30 to 50 bucks. So that's pretty good. If you can document some of the stuff that you've done with your trailer, like how you built it and all that, like I have, then you want to show proof of that as well. I definitely documented everything on this build, so I won't have any problems. Once you know the steps like this, it's easy. So I gotta say, the trailer is working amazing. It's not moving around, it's not swaying from side to side. It seems like the boat is perfectly balanced. I guess the next step would be to actually test it at the marina. I might have to lower the boat a little bit. Seems like it might be a little bit too high on the trailer, but for right now, I have a trailer that I can use to take on long distance trips. I want to take this boat everywhere, and I want to be able to do it safely with a good trailer that can get me anywhere. So guys, if you learned something and you've done something like this before, comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one.